everybody. I'm just trying my I'm just trying my skill out on shaku shaku dance. If you're online tonight, everybody, you're welcome. Okay, so I came in on the shaku shaku level tonight, trying to know if I've already learned enough of the shaku shaku dance style. Well, welcome everybody tonight. It's a simple topic, and I'm discussing Durotoye and Hashim. Olawoye, GOA, as they call him. Well, initially we were talking about Durotoye as the presidential hopeful on the platform of Alliance for New Nigeria, ANN, but it turned out that recently we began to see other things. I mean, we've not been hearing so much of Durotoye as much as you have been hearing about a new person altogether, and the name of that person is Olawoye. Then it began therefore to look like something is changing altogether already. So what's happening? So we need to ask questions. Well, let me give you the gist. The gist is that it turns out that Durotoye, initially thought that it was going to be easy for him after doing enough consultation to get onto the party ANN, Alliance for New Nigeria. After doing enough consultation to find a party that has ideology that suits what he wants to achieve, he went into ANN. But then it turned out that after a while, he didn't do enough research, according to what I now found out. Subsequently after, he didn't do enough research to know that there was somebody who already left PDP as of 2000 and way back from far back 2003, already left the PDP, went to DPP, contested in Kwara State against Saraki in Kwara State for governorship. He didn't win. He tried everything he could to use the tribunal to get his mandate, but it didn't work for him. And then now Olawoye has come back to join the ANN. Well, if you heard the news about how ANN has had to move its convention forward, it was as a result of Olawoye and his people. I learned that he has really worked at the grassroots level a lot of time. I mean, for a very long time. He's been in the grassroots, he's been at the grassroots, he's been in the politics for a very long time, and as a result he has done every work he needed to do, and then he decided to bring all his groups and everybody he has touched and impacted, and all his followers, disciples, whatever name you want to give to them, he has decided to then bring all of them to the ANN. So bringing them to ANN, and then Durotoye's hope or belief that it was going to be a walkover for him at ANN, then started facing a new challenge altogether. Well, whichever way it goes, the pact that Durotoye came out of as the consensus, as they call it, candidate or person, is not having any impact on the party where he belongs, which is the ANN. And you will recall that other aspirants who were called or invited into the party had also raised similar concern that you should let everybody go and win their primaries first before you come back to tell us that we should sacrifice our individual aspirations. Well, that is as far as it is. It then turned out that Olawoye is beginning to make the new wave before and after picking his nomination form. People are now talking about ANN and talking about Olawoye instead of talking about ANN and talking about Durotoye. That is the news about ANN and Olawoye. So, barring last minute change, it's going to be Durotoye and Olawoye that are going to slug it out this Saturday at the ANN primary. Well, what I'm simply trying to say is that Durotoye is doing his best. Everyone is doing their best, but then it then turned out that it's not enough. This Saturday we are going to know, but before I came online I was still checking with persons who are familiar with the workings in the party, and then it turns out that it's likely that they shift the primary even further. The primary may not likely be this Saturday anymore, but I was waiting for the confirmation. They were still in a meeting before I came online. I was still waiting for the confirmation to know whether the party primary will be this Saturday, if they have concluded. Otherwise, they are going to likely move it forward or further, and then we are waiting for the outcome of that. So tonight, maybe before I end the show, but I know some messages are coming in for me. It might be messages from persons who are trying to give me information about whether the party has decided to go ahead with the primary this Saturday or moved it forward altogether. And if it is not tonight, then it might want to be, it therefore means it will be tomorrow. I'll get the information out for you. That it would therefore mean if it is no longer this Saturday, they would have therefore moved the party primary to a future day. Maybe move it by 1 week or 2 or so, I don't know. But I'll get the information and pass across to you. Well, that's the information. Now let me tell you a brief about this Olawoye person, because a lot of you must have been hearing about Olawoye. What about this Olawoye? Well, Olawoye has been in the nooks, has been around in politics for a while now. It's not a new person, unlike what many of us were made to believe, that he just came suddenly to hijack the party. Well, I learned otherwise, that it was not true, that he has been in the ANN for a long time too, that ANN was, as a matter of fact, not even known, but it was him, according to sources, it was him, Olawoye Hashim, who used all of his structure, because he had been traveling across states, building grassroots, decided to bring all of them and the structure into the ANN. That is the information I learned. But then let me make something clear again, that Fela Durotoye also did his own work, and it's very important that we also let everybody know that everybody did their own work based on Hello everyone. Sorry, you don't want to know what happened there. I still online everybody. Now let's continue what we're doing, man. So I was talking about Olawoye and fella Durotoye. You don't want to know what happened there. I had to quickly address. You don't know how much run I did there. Well, so back to the topic. So I was talking about Olawoye and fella Durotoye. Well, initially the race when it started out was among Durotoye, Showore, Mohalu. I think there was Shina Byron, and other people that are not necessarily hearing their names so much. There's Tokwefas who are very important. I'm so sorry I mixed that out. There is Alistair Shoyode, there's Shina Byron. But now, according to what most of them already said, that why not wait for these primaries to be over so that we'll know who is left. Well, after Pact, Professor Kingsley Mohalu was kind of knocked out, but then he bounced back again saying no, Pact is irrelevant. Whatever reason he joined at first, we don't know, but he came back to say, well, then he won his own party primary, so Professor Mohalu is in the race. Showore went to form his own party, not believing in any other party to deliver for him. Tokwefas had created his own party even from way back. Then Eunice Atuejide of NIP, which some of my friends prefer to call NIPU, formed their own party too. And then Durotoye, I think Durotoye is the only person among apart from Durotoye and Professor Mohalu already won his own primary. So the person we are now looking at is Durotoye, among those that we initially started hearing their names, that they are coming out among new generation aspirants to contest for presidency. Well, Durotoye is now about to face primary. What do you think would happen? Well, what I'm about to do tonight, what I decided to come and do tonight online, is to make it clear that the person, the news or the story about that person initially, or the person Hashim, Olawoye, Benga, Olawoye Hashim, they made it look like it came to hijack the party structure suddenly, started using money. And there's also allegation again that Hashim Olawoye did not come to the party as a fresh person, but Hashim is working for PDP to come and hijack the party and then return it to PDP to make it look like one of the parties that have signed on to coalesce with PDP and the CUPP. Well, it remains allegation until proven otherwise. Ladies and gentlemen, that is what we want to discuss tonight. If you were to be in ANN, there is Hashim, and according to those who are making me believe this man, they are telling me that he's a man of supreme integrity. A man who has been working and has been in the work since a long time, more than any other person we have been talking about, and has integrity, and that he left PDP as a matter of principle to go and use DPP to contest against Saraki for governorship in Kwara State, and a whole lot of good stories that they polished about him. And when I also checked his profile on Wikipedia, it began to look like, oh, we have been missing something if you have been talking about the profile of other people and not talking about Hashim. Ladies and gentlemen, what are your comments? If the elections were Saturday, what do you think will happen if Hashim wins the primary? Or what do you think will happen if Durotoye wins the primary? If Durotoye scales the primary and becomes the presidential flag bearer of ANN, it will be the second time he's scaling through hurdles. First at Pact, where a lot of people believed that Professor Mohalu was going to emerge against him, but he did emerge. Now, if he emerges again at the ANN primary, it will be another plus to him, and people might begin to believe in him more than other aspirants we've been talking about. But if Hashim defeats him at the ANN, then we are going to start replacing Fela Durotoye's name with Hashim's name. I mean, Olawoye's name. And that is what we're going to be having. Ladies and gentlemen, it's over to you. Can we start talking about this, discussing this topic already? So, this is Hashim. This is GOA, Benga Olawoye Hashim. all right, and then I'm looking at the primary that is coming up already in about few days. So let's talk, everybody. What's your own view? What's your own view? Let's get going. Oladimiji Friday, Oluwasegun, my brother. So let me begin to display the comments and let's interact about this. No time to check time. Traffic didn't let me come on time today. Traffic didn't let me come on time. So let me reduce. Okay. No need reducing it. Let you see your comments over my face. All right. Is it good like this? Okay, let's go. All right, everybody. Let the interaction start. Onyeka Simio Chidebere say, I see you, Chidebere. I see you. You're welcome, everybody. Say, has Durotoye not been choosing already? Well, they have to go through primary. It's not automatic for anybody. Olawoye say, nice one. Bosun Adebanjo Segun, good to see you. Hope everything is going quite well with you. Good job, my brother. Well, my brother, it's not easy. Wait with the face for Lagos. You don't want face ammo. Well, let me put this thing on display and try to check the audio on my background. I'm sorry, everybody. I had to quickly shut the door against one guy that is making noise. I don't know what happened to him. His voice is just excessive tonight. I'm hearing his voice from Zaozaro, Biotic Boja, Sarah, and only God knows. I don't know why it's making noise. Anyways, let's continue. Over to the comments now. Bosun Segun, good to see you. Hope everything is going on quite well with you. Good job, my brother. Thank you so much. Reni, it's clear now the decision of the pact to choose a candidate before the primaries was a very bad idea. You people that are following. Bamjoshi Segun, hope all is well. Have you seen Eunice Atujide castigating Shore at every opportunity she gets? Why is she bitter? When I met Eunice, she explained something to me. She said to me that Shore did something. She said something that made it look like Shore really pained her. I mean, Shore really made her grieve so much. She said she spent so much time running after Shore and the likes, but that she particularly believed so much in Shore, but that Shore suddenly, changed his mind to say he was already working on other party at the die minute. According to Eunice, they were expecting Shore to announce NIP, the National Interest Party, as a party or platform where Shore would be running for presidency. And Shore had also agreed with them, and that Shore made all of them believe that they were working together until suddenly Shore announced that they were already working on something else, when it was only 2 days to announcing the party Shore will be running on. That is what is, according to her, that is spinning now. Whereas Shore has other story to tell about it. Shore believes that they were already rerouting many parties, including that NIP, into what they call CUPP now, that coalition of PDP and other parties. So Shore, on the other hand, believes that NIP was working for Obasanjo and PDP, and that there was no way they were not going to reroute all of them into that same thing. So Eunice has her own argument on one hand, that Shore fooled her and other members of the party to believe that they were working together. Shore, on the other hand, is saying, well, he had information that the NIP that he believed he was going to work with was going to be rerouted into CUPP, and had to start working immediately on his own party platform. That is what happened. And so as a result, I guess Eunice is not happy that Shore did that to her. Okay, that's the information I have. It may be more than that, but that's what I have as a matter of information. Well, let us move on. Bamjoshi Segun Opol is well. Have you seen Eunice Atuji? Okay, that's what I just responded to. Flash Mankind, Chidebere Franklin Onyeka. That is the ignorant fella Durotoye and pact with which AAC and other aspirants have been talking about, where I'm not calling anybody ignorant. That is your comment, and thank God it's live. I'm displaying all comments live so that nobody will accuse me of being the person. Can we get a background of Olawoye? Well, if you use Wikipedia or Google, you're going to find information about Olawoye. I want to bring him online, but I wasn't able to get him to come on the show tonight. I'll work on getting him to come online. I know a lot of people are interested because recently they've been using so much of media tools to project him, and I'll also be interested in talking about him and bringing him on the show as one of the few other young aspirants that people are talking about ahead of 2019. On Point Success say, this is not good news. So what do you mean? I don't understand. Daudu say, I've not heard. Chidebere Franklin, Kingsley Moghalu is still the best candidate in the entire presidential race and is recognized worldwide. But I know Nigerians won't cover him. What do you mean? Won't vote for him, you mean? Well, that is the country you're in. It's not always about merit, but that is why we're doing what we're doing, to make sure that henceforth it is about merit. Okay. Flash Bamjoshi, leave that to Eunice Atuji alone. She's just helping AAC and Showrem more popular. Your opinion, all of you. Your opinions. But I've just told you what I know about what's happening between them or among them, all these aspirants. And at this point, I must confess to you that it's beginning to look bleak. It's beginning to look like it's not going to be possible to have all of them work together. It's not going to be possible because all of them are so ambitious. If anybody is going to drop out of the race and work for any other person, it must mean somebody who didn't really hold his own aspiration so highly at first, and who didn't, or conversely, who is not holding it as if the aspiration is only about himself, but about the country. So if anybody is dropping his aspiration, it's either of two things. He's been sponsored to work for somebody at the initial stage, or is not really desperate about the work or his aspiration. That's the way I want to put it. Because for instance, if I'm really desperate to rescue the country, I want to do everything to make sure that nobody is sponsored to hijack my dream. Alright, that's what I mean by desperate there. I will be desperate, yes, that's the word. I will be desperate to make sure that nobody who is being sponsored by somebody or some persons from somewhere will just come and hijack the dream, and I will say, oh, because people say I should step down, and I'll step down. That means you didn't believe in the spirit or aspiration in the first place. Or the person truly believes another person, if not him, can truly do the work. Those are the two circumstances that can make anybody step down for another person. So is Showrem not that recognized worldwide? Daudu is asking that question. I guess you're asking the person who said Moghalu is recognized worldwide. So that's not my own question. It's not a question for me. Bamjoshi said, Emmanuel Babarinde said, I'm even hearing Olawoye for the first time, but at least you've heard. There are more people coming out. Chidebere Franklin says, Showrem is recognized, but based on achievements, Moghalu is well grounded. Showrem never become president. He don't they say he go legalize marijuana. That alone made me stop rooting for him. Well, who told you that others don't believe also in similar thing? A lot of people believe in what Showrem said about marijuana, for instance. But it's just that they don't want to sound controversial when they come to public space. That's why they don't talk about things that are controversial. Showrem doesn't care about controversial. That's what I know about that Showrem person. He doesn't care. only yesterday he said he was going to be jailing. Sorry, he didn't say jail. He said he will retire or fire army generals to stop insurgency or to stop insecurity problem in the country. Can you imagine that? What are we simply trying to say? Somebody is simply saying that what others would shy from and say, when we get to the bridge, we'll cross it. Shore is already saying what he wants to do. That is somebody who doesn't even care whether you vote him or not. And that is where I begin to get worried about. Is this person really contesting to win? Or is he contesting just to say what he would have done if he wins? But even if he doesn't win, he has said what he has to say. That's the way I see Shore as I speak with you right now, honestly, and I'm not joking about it. It's one person who is speaking his mind and who doesn't care whether he wins or not. From what I'm looking at, from a distance, I'm looking at Shore at a distance and I'm making my judgment that it seems this person is beginning to see that, well, based on what's obtained currently in the country, a lot of people may not vote me because I'm too blunt. But whether they vote me or not, let me tell them what I would have done if I voted. Whether they accept it or not, let me say it. But others do not necessarily oppose what he says. But they would rather choose not to say it because it will be too controversial and it would affect their aspiration. That is what I see about Shore and others. If you ask me to talk about Mohalu too, I would say Mohalu is being mature. Is keeping things he would have said, but because he knows if he says them at this point in time, he is going to be facing a whole lot of backlash. You know, so Mohalu is being mature about comment. If you ask me about Durotoye is half realistic, half spiritual, saying, Sera sera, what shall be, shall be. God will do the part, I will do the part I have to do as human. That is Durotoye. I'm defining everybody based on my study of them and my preliminary reports about what each of them has in attitude stock or attitudinal, you know, repertoire. I beg your pardon, I can be funny sometimes, right? Okay, let's go on. Chidebere says, I live in the US and I know how the dangers of marijuana has rendered so many useless here. Don't want that for Nigeria. Well, if you listen to what Shore said in that video, because I took my time to also see the video, he was not saying he wants people to be smoking marijuana. He's saying that Nigeria could be exporting it, and that if we export it, it is a $1.something trillion or $1.something billion industry, and that it is also useful in treatment of cancer, leukemia, so many other diseases, problems that advanced world countries are presently confronting, and that we could be solution to those problems at a profit. That is what he's simply saying. He's not saying everybody should go ahead and start smoking. That is to correct that impression. I'm not defending Shore's statement. I'm just saying, if I notice anything that I read well from any aspirant and you are not, you know, responding to them well, I'll correct them and not defending Shore. I'm just saying what you just said here is not exactly what Shore meant. He's not saying people should therefore go and start smoking. All right. I don't know if Shore smokes. I don't know. But based on what he said, he's simply saying those substances are useful in treatment of problems, and that if we apply them well and grow our weed, we will be richer than America. That's what he's simply saying. He's simply trying to say that otherwise America is giving us cigarettes that kills, that causes cancer and all of those things that can cause, you know, lungs problems, but that we have what is better in weed. So if America is rich by billions of dollars selling tobacco, we can be richer by same terms or more terms of billions of dollars by selling our weed, which is even medicinal. That is what he's simply trying to say. Emmanuel Babani, they say he wants to run it like SUG now. Sure, that sure guy, funny, troublesome guy. Chidebere say, as for Fela, he should just kukuma continue his motivational speaking. Well, Fela Durotoye will not budge as I know him. Whether he wins or not, Fela Durotoye would duro. He will remain duro. He will remain standing as a strong person. He will continue doing what he's doing. Not all of them will win after all. In fact, as we speak right now, it's not even certain that any of them is going to win this election, given the way this money backs. Look at what is happening in Osun. But all of them will return to what they used to do and do it better. So Durotoye will continue doing what he's doing, and he will even do better, because his status would have even, upgraded the more after the election. So I trust all of them to do fine because after the election, the contest is not over. It continues with more things. All right. So Bam Joshi said, what happened to the vision? I'm sorry, I ran out of battery. I had to go and get extra battery from my trunk. I'm sorry about that, but we're back. Thank you so much. You don't have to root. Daudu Sheung is responding to someone that you don't need to root for Showore. Okay, you are responding to the person who said he stopped rooting for Showore and started concentrating on more Halu. Well, Rennie say Buhari. Daudu say Showore never said he wants to legalize weed. Let's not defend indefensible Bulu. I heard him saying that if we legalize, if he becomes president, they should not be running after those people that are planting the weed. Instead, you should empower them the more, so that we can be exporting. It can be a main exports. Mr. Daudu, please. So I heard him. If you did not use the word legalize directly, what is it therefore simply saying now? If you are empowering people to be exporting it, and subsequently, because Coke has now come to say they want to now start introducing cannabis into their drink, South Africa has also legalized it, other countries are now legalizing it, and is continuing to say, see, we need to legalize it too. What do you think it means? You may not have to use the word legalize really, but the moment you're empowering people to be doing something, what does it simply mean, bro? I'm not saying it is right, I'm not saying it is wrong, but let's get what each of them says correctly, so that we don't, in the bit of trying to defend them, make the wrong conclusions for them. All right, let's keep on, people. Who's next? Let me read the next comments. Okay, he said Nigeria is going to be exporting weed. If you don't legalize it, how will you export it now? Or am I the one that is getting it wrongly? Godric said, bro, forget those people and focus. Showore take it back. Well, Showore has his take it back station. He has his movement. You can be following that for Showore News. I am here to talk about all of these aspirants, the progresses they are making, what they are probably not doing well, that all of us can talk about to guide them. Tomorrow I'll also talk about, another day I'll talk about another aspirant, okay, what the person is doing correctly, that other aspirants can learn from, that he should or she could also learn from and improve upon. We are trying to see how these new aspirants can help themselves get their feet better on the ground and hit the ground running and run better and run well with this old aspirant. That's my own mission. Okay, by the way, South Africa just legalized it, so that will show you are on points now. You are now coming online. Taste the feeling to come online on the Coca-Cola diet. Alright, my brother, so Coca-Cola is going to start infusing in their drinks. Yes, cannabis. Godric is just too sad. The comments are rushing in now. I don't want to miss anyone before they will now come and say, oh, you saw my comment, you missed it, or you skipped it. Okay, let me find where I stopped. Okay, where did I stop? Can you see? Point me to where I stop, for people. Okay, I think I was here before more comments jumped in and changed the page. Alright, Shore was talking about exporting cannabis and not legalization for Nigeria. Every substance have the advantage and disadvantage, even water, yes. Well, that's true. Rasolaji. Okay. On point success, Shore is the only one you stand with. Okay, you're welcome, Miss B. Besides, say my allegiance will always be with Shore. Okay. I hope you are in Nigeria and you have your PVC. But I'm Joshi. Fella will emerge provided it can secure enough funds to do his primaries. Funds? Should it be about funds? If he has to struggle hard to secure funds for primary, what then should we expect about the general election? The new guy can't win, bro. Fella is going to win. Let's wait and see. But a lot of people are saying that guy has already hijacked the party structure. Maybe it seems he has more crowd than Fella in the party already. I don't know the statistic. But let's wait and see. We'll get to the outcome of it. But soon, Hashim is another plot that seems to be following the path of Pact. Why is he just coming out? His campaign is just too late. Well, his campaign may be too late, may not be too late, maybe late, a bit late. But then Hashim had been around, according to the story I read, had been around for a while. It's just that he's not been doing media, media stuff like Fella had been doing when Fella came on board. So what they're making me to understand is that Hashim had even been around before Fella himself in the ANN, but that he had been working on the background. And then when Fella came, he just stormed the party with media, with his own media prowess, and then with his people. But Hashim had already done a lot of mobilization, grassroots work, building it quietly on the background, and is now trying to use that to win over Fella Durotoye. Well, whether grassroots mobilization will work over, trying to be digital by Fella Durotoye, or it will be the other way around, we'll get to the outcome of it by the end of the primary. Who is Hashim? That's question according to Peter Adewi. Well, Google can help. I've tried to explain him as much as I could. Babajide say, I don't know, but you'll find out. Let's wait until after the primary. If he emerges, you'll be forced to know about him. But if he doesn't, then who is he truly? I mean, that is Nigerian politics for you. Oladimeji, you and the other guy, almost everybody on this platform are living in the abroad. Should I never say that about weed? Only on export, okay? Bingo 2. Well, no problems. Well, Shore, if you are exporting something, can you export something that is illegal or that is a contraband? That's what we are saying. Somebody does not have to use the word directly, okay? And I also heard him, he said, rather than chasing all those persons and trying to criminalize it, that we should even be growing it so that we can export it. I don't know what it means, though. Other than if you are decriminalizing something, does it mean you are making it legal? Subject to another debate. Well, sure. Emmanuel say, I think it's only known on Wikipedia. Okay, you mean Olawoye is only known on Wikipedia. Well, let's wait until after primaries. If it is only Wikipedia, we will know. If he's also doing his own grassroots work and he has done enough work to win primary, we will also know after primaries, okay? As you know, or maybe as I may want you to believe, I don't have any candidate. I'm just talking about everybody based on what I see about them. Alright? How are you? What happened yesterday? Yesterday was hectic. Even today, I almost canceled the show. But thank God I came late, I still did it. Whether the devil likes it or yes, I am the rock. I'm Peter the Rock. I hope it's not blasphemy. I'm sorry. Sorry I deviated. Alright, that is politics, Peter Davis. Say CUPP. Emmanuel Babari, they say, fine, they make no mistake. I like Shore, but I don't think he can win this thing. Well, who do you think can win it, Mr. Emmanuel? Femi Mario, Fella won narrowly at Pact, and people believe there's a foul play. So I think this time around, the men will be separated from the boys. Let's wait and see. I'm also interested in the outcome of the primary. We'll be here, God spend us all. We'll be here to talk about it. Hero Best Family says Showore should avoid controversial statements like exporting weeds. Nigerians would not understand the context, and those taking his fall will twist such comments. Well, anybody that has brain will know what he's saying, because he always makes his points clear from what I hear so far from him. John Kileshi, Omoyele Showore stands out. He has no match. I want Kingsley to work with Showore. Durotoye is not a force. He can talk, basket mouth, Gordon, Sheyi Law, Funny Bone, Edo Landlord, I go die, can be president. John Kilechi that is using Showore's party's logo as your DP. We are not here for show. We are not here for entertainment show. That you are mentioning Gordons, I go die, basket mouth. Be careful, I'm writing noise maker. Bamjoshi says Segun, but Showore foresaw that she was already dating CUPP. Whilst she was in talks with Showore, she has expressed her love for Saraki and Atiku. Well, do you know what I would say about that? Maybe it was post-traumatic reaction that is making her to say, "Oh, all these young people." Because when I interviewed her, she said, "All these young people I was running after, at the end of the day, it turned out that they are not even stable." So, see, even the old people that we are looking to discard, they seem better. That is our own opinion. Our own, get it clear. I'm not justifying it. I'm not condemning it. I'm just making the point she has come out to make clearer for everybody. Everybody that's made a point that you are trying to twist what they said, I'll make them clear. It's left for, the judgment is for you to do. It's not for me. I can only tell you my observation, my notes, the notes I want to, or my comments, or my reaction, or my perception about them. Okay, but she did not say that I prefer Saraki over Showore from time. What she's saying is that after having run, with all of these people, try to see if how all of them could work together to make something work out. It turned out that they are not, according to her, these people are not even stable. They will be pretending to be working with you on one hand, and whereas they were doing some other things on the background. And then she came out, maybe as a result of what I can call post-trauma stress. She then said, "See, I'm done with all these people. It seems the old people we are even looking to discard might be better." That is our position. To get it clear, please. Miss Busayo say Eunice is just a bitter woman. She's just putting up unnecessary excuses. Otherwise, how could she endorse the likes of Saraki and Atiku? I think the response I just gave to the previous one also suffices here. Somebody is saying something that I'm almost skipping. Emmanuel say, "Family, you're right. I don't know what that is aimed at achieving actually." Daudu say, "It's a lie. The topic actually made Showore popular. Please go and check Showore's comments about weed and Showore." Well, Daudu, can you see what we're talking about now? I'm just trying to make it clear. Showore did not demonize weed. He did not try to spoil weed. Even if he said he was going to, Showore does not mince word. If he wants to use the word legalize, he will use it. I want to legalize weed for this purpose. You won't beat. Showore does not believe you will beat him because he's expressing himself. Showore believes if you will vote him, you will vote him. If you will not vote him, you will not vote him. But if you are not voting him, what he said will be in the record that he said it. That is his own race. His own race is not whether you must vote him compulsorily. That's my observation about him as a person running for that office. Other persons who are also running for that office, Mohalu, Tokwe Faso, and the rest. I've also told you about their own, beliefs also. Okay. John Kelechi say, "Who is Durotoye?" My answer is use Google. Alright, use Google, you'll find Durotoye. Adetokunbo Obade say Eunice cannot be trusted. She has pledged her support for Saraki and Atiku. Well, that was much later though. Mr. Daudu, please stop defaming Showore. Go and watch his interview and stop following what people are saying. That's Miss Bibusayo. Ajibola said, no, Showore doesn't even smoke himself, but he knows the good value of cannabis. He won't legalize it, but I think some hater misunderstood him. Alright, Ajibola, I'm still maintaining that. How do you export something that you have not criminalized? I don't know. In our bid to defend, in our bid to solve problems sometimes without the adequate information, we tend to create bigger problems. Okay? Argument as to whether he says he wants to legalize or he doesn't want to legalize is another thing altogether. But at least we all heard him saying that Nigeria should be exporting it and that it's a big industry altogether. And then he also mentioned that other countries are already legalizing it. What does it mean now? Okay, you hate the word legalize. You love Showore, but you hate the idea of legalizing weed. Let's get it clear. You love Showore, but you hate the idea of him saying legalize weed. So you want to correct it for him. It's between you and Showore. Go on his wall and do that. Alright. But from what I heard, if somebody is simply saying that they want to export something and make it like other countries are already legalizing it, and that it's a multi-million-dollar industry, and that it is better Nigeria is exporting it than punishing or criminalizing it and punishing the people who are planting it and selling it. What are you simply saying now? Don't put words in Showore's mouth. He says Nigeria could be exporting it, and by extension, and there's no way. Primarily, you can't export something that is criminal now as a country. That would be double standard. So, I want to believe it simply means Showore is also saying that it would legalize weed. It may sound controversial. You may not like the controversy that will trail it, but the first few days, yes, it had controversies. But subsequently, do you know what happened? People started saying he was right. After all, he was right. So let's not change it again. He will legalize it, he will legalize it. Basic. What are you afraid of? He has said what he would say. Okay? Alright. John Kelechi, why would Showore stop talking cannabis? The guy have open eyes. He is a correct guy, God sent. That's according to John. Bosun Adebanjo, Showore has no choice to what he did as regards party selection. He is a guy of principle. Let Eunice go and sit down. If someone disagrees with you, doesn't make that person a bad person. That's according to Bosun. Ibukun Agbola say, Ibukun, where have you been? Am I just reading your comment for the first time tonight? That means you came late on my show. Egbawa and Leo. I'm sorry, ma. This is Sha. So when I know you are working with my enemy, you think I will inform you on my plans moving forward? You think say she already be mumu. Now you belong to PDP Eunice. That shows your dishonesty. That's according to Ibukun Agbola, not me. John Kelechi Ikere said, I support him. That shows say Eunice can't win a world. Hero Best, I think Showore and Mohalu should come together so people from the east would support Mohalu and people from the west support Showore. I wonder how they can get support from the north also. Okay, you also want to get a Ribadu to join them. Funny. Alright, I was just joking. Yabeji say Emmanuel Babaride, who will win this thing? I'm quoting this thing, I don't know. Yabeji. Mama Australia. Mommy wani Australia. Ekale. She dadani. Tony Festus Erigbemi say Durotoye low. This guy exactly as a chameleon. You can't even know his plan because of all his religious mindset. Now you talk about Festus. Tony, now you talk about no be me. Or Unlimited, I was really surprised to see 95% of Nigerians vote for the two failed parties, APC and PDP, I expect to see people voting for a complete new party now. Now, wow, for Nigeria people. You all know what is wrong with that now. You all know. It's about who brought money. You can't win election without doing enough publicity. You need money to do all of these things. Okay, so if you believe in any of these young parties, you should have mobilized, organized to support them. They can't do it alone. They are new, they are fresh, and they are struggling. At least I give kudos to all of these guys that are trying. At least Tope Faswa's party presented a candidate in the Ekiti election and the Osun election. They are already testing the waters, getting experience from how election is run. They are already knowing about the ballots, agents, how they sneak in, how they put money, how they do all of this. They are already learning the process. So it will become easier for a Tope Faswa's party in 2019. My own immediate preliminary, opinion or observation or results or reports about it, okay? Oh, did I skip something? Alright, let's go back to where I stopped. Shine your eyes, John Kelechi says. Chidebere Onyeka, you have not heard the weed as over 30 years. That's according to Kelechi. We must take it back come 2019. That is Godric. Let's move on. Daudu Sheung, ENRP didn't even get up to 20 votes in Ekiti, and the guy was bragging. But at least they have started somewhere. They have started now, Biko. They have started. Okay, John Kelechi. Omo Elena, the man will go make Nigeria happy. That's according to John Kelechi. Oladimeji Friday. If Showore don't win, you and I don't do our job back home. Yes, that's the point. If Showore, Mohalu, Durotoye, Hashim, all these young people, Eunice, Faswa, if they do not win, it means the job. All of you that are shouting their names on this platform, it means you have not done enough work. That's the point. Okay? So support your preferred candidates all you can. Because it's not about them, it's about the entire country. Okay? Tope Faswa and his party NRP, you are laughing, Daudu Sheung. You are laughing in 3D. Okay? If you really don't win, okay, yeah, I just read that. Now to the next, John Kelechi Kerry. I love AAC and I'm proud to be a member. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to you. May your testimony be permanent. Amen. Amen. For instance, AAC should have contested in Osun election. Yes. Okay, let me read the first one that precedes it. Europe best, you say the North favor mostly their own sons. From the current reality, AAC is still relatively weak. AAC needs to also contest in the governorship election so we can see how AAC would fare. That's the point. So, if you therefore want to criticize Tope Faswa, then you haven't criticized well. At least he's testing the waters. Even if he had only 20 votes in the entire state, do you know what he means? He has tested his ability and he has something to improve upon. He has a template already. Okay, he has done what he should as a matter of first step. So I give credit to Tope Faswa, not condemnation. I give credit to Tope Faswa and his team at the NRP. At least they have experience. If you agree with me, like that can qualify for experience. He has experience already. For instance, okay, Peter Adewi came back and said, colonial mentality about marijuana. The whole world embraced him. Okay. Emmanuel Babayinde, you're on your own, no? Even our village people are voting wisely this time. Yeah, exactly. But he still needs a lot of work. A whole lot of work. Okay. Jones, okay. Hero say Showore needs to calibrate his speech to the Nigerian mentality. So he should not say comments that would confuse the people, like exporting weeds. You don't understand how Showore is running. That's what I would say. If you understand how he's running, he's not running so that everybody compulsorily votes him the first time. He's running to say, even if you don't vote me, all these things I'm saying are the things that Nigeria needs to get better. So even if I'm not the person who wins, let all these ideas already be in the queue for whoever that wants to run with this vision to run with them. That's what he's saying. Marijuana is even more abused in Nigeria, so why not legalize it? Exactly. Whatever you keep, people want to. I remember the first time I was going to lose my virginity. Did I just say that on camera? I wanted to know why my father was always saying, don't do that, you know, it's bad though, this and that though. I wanted to say, let me even. And before I did, you won't believe, when I lost my virginity, I was 27. Sounds strange, right? As I speak with you right now, I don't even have a girlfriend. But that's not what I should be discussing on a show like this. Nah. See, don't push me to what I don't want to do. Alright, let's move on. There are many strains of marijuana used for seizures, and Nigeria will make billions exporting it. Do you prefer poverty and unemployment to exporting for health reasons? Yeah, let's talk about this. Ibeji, which render many useless in the US. Really? It renders them useless and they are legalizing it to render more people useless, right? Well, let's get this fact, clearly. The guy lives in the US and he was talking like that. Daudu Sheoreni said Shore does not smoke, and he said he has never. Bamjoshi said, Segun, I can see your perspective, but with the resilience, sacrifice, and sleepless night Shore given to his cause, is all in to win. I agree with you. If all of them work hard, they are going to win. Right? Victor says some Nigerians have very low mentality. Well, you know that. Ibukun says Segun Shore has said it in several interviews, and even in the recent interview with Daddy Freeze, that he never smoke and won't because he's already high on ideas. And let me also add my own to it. Those of you that smoke to get high, see, no matter how high you get with whatever you smoke, you can never be as high as the most high God. Okay, so slow down. That's a message from Slim Case. Slow down on that diet, on your codeine diet. Really, codeine is medicine, but it's not killing people. But is it not killing people in the north? Well, that's abuse. Even abuse of anything, including food, can kill. All right. So that it is abuse that kills. It is not the substance in proper measure itself that kills. Haram Orom Limited, watching from Johannesburg, still surprised people still left their homes to vote for APC and PDP rather than a completely new party. You are in Joburg, right? It's a different thing altogether. See, in Nigeria, people, that's why I always tell you people that you are commenting this and that. You are abroad. You are in the abroad. To borrow the contemporary use of abroad, you are in the abroad. Okay, you don't know what is happening with all these poor people. What will say, oh, after this election, we won't see them again. Let me collect what I have to collect now. So it's different, eh? So, Wise Talk say Eunice is as bitter as she looks. Huh? Eunice is not bitter, a fine girl. If she could say she's supporting people like Atiku and Saraki, when Nigerians are looking for a way out of slavery, which with all this old cabal has put us, well, Rasolaji Segun, I do not agree with you about not saying something because it will affect the outcome. Then others are telling us lies and not maturity. Some politics play by canals. Or maybe you mean some politicians play by canals. Okay, some politics play by... Nigeria has got a long way. Well, you don't have to agree. It's my opinion, my observation. Okay, the judgment is for you to make or to decide. All right. Emmanuel Badi say, Yabeji, I must confess it's complicated. None of these guys have done something tangible in North, though, and that's where all the votes come from. Peter Ade will say it's medicinal. Yes. See, why are we talking cannabis this night? I know they smoke. I beg, take a easy. Waiting now. But Joshi say, for example, Eunice Atoji, they keep saying stuff, but she doesn't desire to leave her comfort zone. Well, that is our own weakness, and I always let everybody know where their weaknesses is. Eunice is not readily stepping out of her own, and she's the first among, Tope Fasua's party was the first to elect, to have their Congress or convention. Eunice next, then YPP of Professor Mohalu. Shore is doing his own, I think early this October, and or late this September, and then I just talked about ANN this evening, that they are going to have their own, either this Saudi or they're going to move it by 1 week or so. All right. Daudu say you're looking for sugar mama. Well, congratulations. I hope you find there. No problems. What did I miss? Segun, stop giving out what she already did not say. Tell them the way he makes a statement about the weed. Go and study exploitation by government. Well, okay. I'm sorry. Let's leave weed. Weed people. Let's leave weed. Let's leave weed. If Saraki one knock you knees, you go cover your eyes with pillows. Can you imagine? Forget. Now fine babe. Now fine babe. Now you need now fine babe any day. Okay? Now fine babe. Leave that matter. It will shock everybody the way people will receive sense. I'm praying about Nigeria with my own little hard work. Keep praying, Oluwasegun. Keep praying, the Lord will answer you. But we need work, Stephen Yakubu, nice job, Segun. Shore is going to win come 2019, I promise you. Well, I promise you that God will spare all of us, and we are going to see. If he wins, it's also my joy. If Mohalu wins, it's my joy. If any of this if Tope Fasuwa wins, it's my joy. If any of this, even if Eunice Atoyejide wins, it's my joy. I just want to see a Nigeria that's changed or that is different, so that we can start having a new narrative about who governs the country. That's my interest, okay? For example, Eunice Atoyejide keeps saying stuff about, okay, I think I read this already. I hope diaspora can give their money to Shore's campaign instead of inviting him left, right, with no time left. Despite Sahara TV interviewing people who say they never heard of it. Segun, the UK has not legalized marijuana, but it's the largest exporter. Okay, alright. About marijuana, it's okay. I agree with you. Shore wants to export without legalizing. Alright, thank you. Let's move on to the next. Daudu Shehu is laughing. I don't know why you're laughing. Kelly Desmond said the problem, some of our people, that they are educated illiterate. Each time they always claim I too know, while they know nothing and can even, well, that's Nigeria. Stephen said Niger Shege Shore is going to win. Okay, we wait until then, and I hope you're also going to work, not just believe that believe is not enough. Aji King, if marijuana becomes things of export, it will even be hard to get it locally. Think about it. Well, I agree. If Bukunse Segun exporting weed doesn't mean you legalize it. It is empowering some specific people to grow it for a particular purpose. Empowering some people. Semantics. We're all the same. Okay, I agree with you. You will not legalize it. You will export it. Case closed. Shay, thank you so much. Let's move on. Smoking weed is illegal in UK, but they are the highest exporter of weed in the world. So youths, do your research on how things work and stop showing ignorant people. That's according to Prince Oscars. Yes, I'm one of the ignorant people who think you would not, whether you pronounce it or not, by protecting some people to be exporting it, that means it's not criminal to have it. Instead of what you're saying is, rather than going to burn it up, and you see, they will, NDLEA will go to the farm and burn weed. That is worth millions of dollars. That's what it's saying. That rather than burning it, protect it. Don't criminalize it. Protect it and let's be exporting it. That's what he's saying. Well, I agree with you. To legalize is different from to export. Okay? Okay, let's leave it like that. Are we good to go now? Thank you, Mans and Sars. Let's continue. Alright, I'm really concerned about Shore's trips to the diaspora with 4 months to go, and even more concerned those in diaspora who want him to appear in person for fundraising. You are right, Oreni. You are right. You are very, very right. You are very, 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 very right. Very, very right. Instead of asking him to be stressing himself up and down to come to the diaspora, where there are not going to be polling units or ballots, how about you just send the phone? You already trust him, you know him. You have been seeing, if you want to talk to him, you can. It's easy. You can do teleconferencing. Why bother him to be flying about to come and talk to you? Give money to him. Let him go and prosecute. Let him go and do the campaign at the grassroots, where it is mostly. I always tell you. I always ask you, are you coming back to the country to vote? All right. So I always ask, are you coming back to the country to vote? So if you are asking him to come and meet you in a country where you don't have polling units, you don't have a polling booth that is valid to send your vote to the country, why are you asking him to come to where he is not needed to? He should be going to where he needs to convince more people to work. He has done enough work in the diaspora. Buhari does not have supporters like Shore in diaspora as much as I know now. But I think all of you that are asking him, come to China. When are you coming to Canada? When are you coming to Baltimore? When are you coming to Joburg? When are you coming to Guinea? He has done enough for all of this. Go and see all those clips of where he has been to, and support him if you want to. But bothering him to come and meet you at your joint. How many of you? And are you voting? Give him the phone. He has already convinced you that he can do it. He can meet anybody wherever. Don't bother him again. We are only how many months running. I'm just amplifying what you just said. Give him the phone you want to give him. Call him on phone or do teleconference. In the age of technology, it doesn't have to be flying up and down. He should be going to the creeks to go and campaign. Alright? Bro, what Shore said and meant was to legalize the production solely for exportation, and he categorically stated in one interview that he is not saying he wants to legalize it for the public. So you as Temitope Akinfaye say he wants to legalize it for production, but he doesn't want to legalize it for public. So legalize and delegalize, one for private, one for public. Well, they have said we should not use the word legalize again, that it's only exporting. So Mr. Temitope, or if you are Miss or Mrs., let us avoid the word legalize so that we don't run into another issue here. Segun, the weed issue Shore is talking about is for manufacturing of products. Okay, away from weed now. Away from weed. Alright, let's move on. Oluwasegun is to shock everybody the way people will receive sense. Okay, you are the one that says you are praying. Oluwasegun is praying. Ladies and gentlemen, on paid announcements or adverts, Oluwasegun is praying. I have been praying since I was born 1987. Ladies and gentlemen, I was born 1987. I've been praying from womb. From the inside womb, now I don't pray. So please, let's work. Prayers. We have had enough prayers that should last us 2 more generations after our own. But we need to work. Okay? Segun, whenever you won't be coming on the show, give a notice on your Facebook account, please. Okay, yes, I'll do that. Thank you so much. I will henceforth. Now it's just that sometimes I still struggle to come on the show believing I'll only be late, but I'll still be up. That's why I don't put, but I'll try and see how I can beat. Like tonight was the traffic. I spent 4 hours between Agege and Abule Egba because they are currently working. So we stood still for almost 3 hours. Sometimes we will move a bit. We stay 15-20 minutes before we move again. At some point, almost 3 hours, we start. So all of us turned off ignition and we were just gisting inside the traffic. Or I was busy chatting and doing some other calls while there. So I was walking in the traffic. That's the way to live in Lagos. Stephen Yakubu will say, even where I live in Europe, yeah, weed is illegal. So people is talking about that the Saraki they knock her now. Hey, did you notice? Did you observe this person? Did you witness it? I want one deal. John Kelechi, guys, watch video of Heritage TV interview of June 8, 2018 and see what you need said about Saraki. She did not even speak like a lawyer. Lama, so good morning, Segun, and everybody on the platform. You're welcome, Lama Daniel. You're welcome. Okay, Emmanuel says, Segun, you need 1 rat poison. Why you want kill me now? What I do? Emmanuel, what I do you now? I beg you, free me. But so say Mohalu can't handle the cabal. He has no record of fighting corruption, injustice, and standing for the masses. Only Sharia has that record. You're welcome, Mr. Bosun. Daudu Sheun say Emmanuel and Eunice no fine at all. Oh God, is that what we're gonna be doing, bro? Is that what we're gonna be doing, bro? Hey, let me do my mouth like Lasisi. I see. Bra Bosun. Sorry, Bra Daudu Sheun. Bra Daudu. Anyways, we have finished the main topic. We are just chatting and gisting. So, do your thing. But hey, Bra Segun. Joy Kelechi Kerry says she already reviewed the economic importance of weed, but blind people are talking nonsense. Well, it has provoked a lot of conversations, and it has even made Shore more popular among, grassroots people who are weed lovers. That's what I observe about that controversy on weed. Okay, let's move on. That would do. If Saraki won't knock your knees, he go cover him eyes with pillows. And you know, what did you think to that? Sorry, are you not already masturbating on your knees? Brother, are you not already masturbating on your knees? I beg you. Emmanuel say, Segun, please, I'm on your side. You're welcome, my brother. May they not kill me for a year already. I support your plans to export weeds, but I don't support the timing. I don't think now is the time. It needs all votes from liberal and conservative Nigerians. It needs all of them. How is everybody commenting apart from the person who said Mohalu is more mature? I don't know why everybody thinks he's only talking about Shore tonight. Segun, stop giving out words Shore did not say. Tell them the way you make a statement about the weed. Go and study exportation by government. We already left this one now. I've heard you won. See, you have won. Shore did not say we legalize marijuana. You have won. Okay? God bless you. But soon, AAC couldn't have contested in the Osun election because INEC already told them that Osun election is closed for contest. Yes, as of the time AAC was registered, it was closed. Ibukun Agbola says, Jesus, Segun, virginity, my sister doesn't belong to you again, forget it. Because I was a virgin at 27. Is that a crime? Is that a crime? I'm angry, something just happened right now. Alright. White Stock said the door of Sharia and Mohalu will make Nigeria go a long way if voted in. I agree, actually, but I don't see working at least at this time. Daudu Sheun say, what's your sister's number? Daudu Sheun is interested in Ibukun Agbola. Daudu Sheun is now interested. As a matter of fact, somebody is interested. If you don't want to give me your sister, at least another person is showing interest. But at least you have not even let me meet your sister first. Why not? Alright, let's move on to the next one. Emmanuel say Segun, if he's not going to Segun, why did you think he will give to you? Are you virgin? I'm not saying I'm currently virgin. I said as of 27 I was still virgin. 27 plus was when I eventually tasted or knew what it felt like to okay, I'm 31 now, right? I'm 31. I was 31 in February. 27 means how many? Just some 5 years ago. And I've sparingly done it. I've not done a lot of it yet because I'm always busy on the road working, so I don't get time. Okay. All right. I don't know my virginity status. That would show, yeah, Jesus Christ. If you don't know it, then it means you know it. Because if you know it, you know it. If you are claiming you don't know it, it means you know it, but you want to deny it. Can you imagine? You see, thank God you can. Nobody me see that comment. Yabiji, if person abuse water, the water go swell in belly and kill the person. Waiting again, Yabiji, Mama Australia. I'm looking for sugar mama. That would show I will ban you from this forum. Because that's not what we are doing here, please. I'm going to ban you from here. Shehu Buhari, Emmanuel Babari. Yes, so Shehu is for Buhari. I can see that already. I can see that. Okay. More comments popped in. Like, phew, what do I do? Okay. Let me say I can rush. There's no time, man. Segun complete the virginity story. Oh, my brother. Story for another day, Jerry. Jackson Osakpo say, Osakpo law. Let Shore and Mohalu put their egos aside and come together. I don't see it though. Even if Mohalu wants to do it, I'm sorry, I don't see Shore agreeing. Shore suspects they have sent him to me. You don't do that, Shore guy. He suspects everything. Alright. Shore is the most hardworking presidential aspirant or candidate in the history of Nigeria. None of the current aspirants or candidates can come close to 25% of what Shore has put in. Well, your yardstick, you have to tell your yardstick. Is it by flying to the diaspora that you mean? Horon Limited say, Segun, well done, good work. If there's any way we can support your good work, let us know. Well, see, I don't stop to the ask for support, Jerry. People go tell you say they want support. Few people go send you small change. And everybody will stop. See, as of today, we have written to about 5 schools already. We want to start hosting debates, and covering debate on relevant topical issues in Nigeria among secondary school students. Initially, we were going to be doing it at their institution, but last time I went to Unilag, they told me that they were already in exams mode, that they advised me to wait until they resume late December, early January. And I feel I don't want to wait for a lot of, that's a long time for me. So what I want to do is, okay, while we are waiting for their institution projects, I want to start something at least at secondary school level. So if you know any big school, any good school that has a real environment in Nigeria, within Lagos, I don't have resources to go everywhere for now. Within Lagos, and you want to support us, recommend schools where we can host these kinds of debates. Recommend topics we should allow young people to start debating, so that we can start rescuing them while they are young, so that they don't wait until they are old to be discussing, old people again all over. You understand? So that's one of the things we want to. We have written up to 5 schools already in Lagos, and we are waiting for them to call us. 2 already said we are welcome. We want to start doing short documentaries on young, exceptional students at secondary school level, and also hosting debates on huge topical Nigerian issues among secondary school students. We need support for that. We need serious support. I wrote to Lagos State government a few months ago, asking them to approve that I should be hosting and transmitting. I want to be streaming live debates among public school students. They invited me at the ministry. I still have copies of the letters and everything. They invited me, but it turned out that they were not going to approve it. Well, they gave some excuses, blah blah blah. It's fine, I understand. If it's your Olamide Shaku Shaku concert, Lagos State will be the first to go and put millions of naira in it. But I'm not even saying government should sponsor me. I'm only saying approve that I should do it among public school students. But that's fine. In rounding off, I want to say that we are going to be starting at private schools levels now. So if you want to support, the account number is right there on the screen. Right there in the video description. If you want to support, you're welcome, please. I always leave the account number there in the video description on the video. So if you want to support, you're welcome. We will appreciate all of you that are doing what you can to support this movement. So we are going to be starting very soon. So don't be shocked when you start seeing us streaming, you know, debate among secondary school students. When we start streaming them live, don't be surprised. I already announced it. We will start at our own little level. I don't have so much fun. I don't have funds. But if you want to support us, it's fine. If you want to support at a big level too, like objective media and partnership with, if you have a company and you want to support us, let us know how we can do this. My number is 080 60606166. That's 080 6060 6166. Alright, so let's talk. Let's move on. Segun, well done, good work. Alright, that's a Rum Limited. Shina Dohati say Mohalu YPP at total 180 votes in Osun election. At least they try. I mean, it's a step. Tell us, Segun, we need Showre for president. Okay, you're welcome. Dowd say Donald Duck is dead on arrival. Come on, a person papa now. People now call him gay president. Jesus Christ. They call Showre to weed president. So what? See another angle, Emmanuel Babarende. No man say I love Showre. Miss B say Eunice is as ugly as I think I read this before and I don't want to go back to that one. Segun, may God bless you for this great work you're doing. Thank you so much. Oluwasegun, Segun, you are skipping my important comment. You read my newer comment twice. I said something about area father. I missed it, Niel. Please repeat it if you have means of doing that. Stephen, Showre have opened eyes of Nigerians. He's speaking truth to power. I love him so for that. Agnes, you're doing a great job, my brother. Keep it up, sir. Thank you so much, Agnes. You're welcome. Please tell Showre to start now and coordinate his grassroots team around Nigeria. I'm sure he knows what he needs to do already. I also said I'm putting in my own little hard work. I'm not praying ignorantly without putting the work. Okay, Oluwasegun, that's clear. Thank you so much. Why Nigeria government abandoned poor Nigerians in Kenya? My brother, that's the story. I saw somebody last week who just returned from Kenya. He said xenophobia has also started in Kenya. Xenophobia has started in Kenya, and that's crazy. They are, arresting Nigerians at will. You don't have to have even committed any offense. The moment that they just discover that you're a Nigerian, that's all they need. They deal with you. They send you back. They even imprison you. They jail you. They do all things. All right. Segun, can we have one day to choose the topic on how to convince parents to stay away from voting APC and PDP? Yeah, but are those people online here with us? That's the question. If they're online here with us, fine. Lama Daniel watching live from Poland. My person from Poland, how are you? Let our young presidential aspirants work together, because fighting those cabals in power is like renting a room apartment in the Lions camp. Exactly, I love that comparison, man. Alright, Showre have open eyes. Okay, I think I read this before. Please tell Showre. Okay, I think I also read that before. Also, I'm putting my okay, I read that also before. I skipped some and I'm trying to locate them. Why Nigeria government abandoned? Okay, I read that also. I responded. Eunice, Showre and Eunice Showre and Eunice need to do a live talk together and settle their differences. The divide and hatred is not needed. Yeah, I agree with you, Christian Odueme. I agree with you. Domore Global Link, to talk about Nigerians in Kenya. We will just dedicate a day on this show to talk about it. I have somebody I will even bring on the show to discuss how it actually happened. Bosun Adebanjo says, Segun, you are not a virgin. Will disappoint me. Oh, I just wanted to know what they were hiding. Well, as in what they are hiding for us. What they are hiding. I wanted to know. Yeah. I'm not a young boy. All the mates. See, when I was in Laspotech, lecturers would give me course to go and take because I was so brilliant back then. I know Sabi book again now. By the time I left Laspotech to go for journalism course and then went to University of Lagos, I was too busy trying to make ends meet. So I was no longer as brilliant as I used to be at Laspotech. But what do I want to bring out? I'm always very busy. I don't get time for women. But all the younger ones I had as of when I was in Laspotech 2006, 7, younger course mates who, they are not course mates now. They are junior colleagues I beg your pardon. All of them are now married. They are inviting me to their children's birthdays now. Their children, if they see me, they call me Uncle Segun, Uncle Olo, Uncle Olo. Yeah. I'm not a young person, you know, that I was even still virgin up to 27. Credit me. Give me credit. I try, maybe small thing, to keep it up to that stage. And between then and now, I can count the number of times I've even tasted that thing. On a lighter mood, Joe. Alright, let's move on. Let all young presidential aspirants work together, because fighting those cabals and powers, okay, I think I read that before. But so you're saying I'm not a virgin. Yeah, I'm no longer a virgin. You call, what are you? Jinve. Segun, do you think the young people will have more talks of one candidate, because without that it will not be easy? Do you think young people will have more talks of one candidate? It will be difficult, my brother, to have all of them agree to field one person at this time. But let's wait. Who knows? Let's wait. Mohalo is already the aspirant and is already the flag bearer of his own YPP. Shure is more likely to emerge. If that Durotoye emerges, do you think he wants to sacrifice all the orders he has gone through in his party so you have emerged for another person? Shure has done a whole lot of work, including registering his own party, traveling all over the world, more than Ajala. You think he wants to sacrifice it? Mohalu disagreed with that outcome to say, I will still do this instead. You think he will agree? Well, I'm not saying. See, all those things I've been reading in the past about parties coming together and agreeing, CUPP having over 30-something parties coming together. Oh, you think they were not the ones that planted all those people and say, when it is time, we'll tell you to step down? They know what they are doing now. They are different from independent persons who rose on their own. So it will be a lot of hard work, divine intervention, this plus that, to make this thing you guys are dreaming of to come to reality or to fruition. That's what I must say. Hi Segun, you're trying to be neutral, but your average viewers are fancy Shure from the youth aspirants. They have rights to choose. Alright? They have rights to choose. I won't punish anybody on my show for choosing who they love to support. Alright? Lama Daniel says, Segun, come Europe, make Oyinbo babies disvirgin you at 31 years old. I don't disvirgin already now. But I never disvirgin finish. I did disvirgin small. Jackson or Sakolo, if the youth must win, one thing must be done. Shure and Mohalu must first agree. Is that a must? Well, if that happens truly, it will make it stronger for young front. I live in the US. Nothing is wrong with weed. Well, everybody has opinion about weed. Really, Segun, can we do one day choose topic to convince parents? Okay, if you can bring parents on this show to listen, watch, stay, well, it's fine. But how many parents in Nigeria have data to see a live show for this long stretch of hours that I've been online? That's a question. That's what I was suggesting the other time. If you have been following me, I was suggesting that send projector home, send video clips in a flash home, send mini devices home that people can use to play videos. For example, if the video that convinced you about Mohalu was a particular interview, copy those interviews copy all of them in the flash or hard drive, send them home. Alright? Organize committees of people. In fact, I wanted to even take it upon myself, and I'm still saying I will do it by the time all these parties conclude their primaries and we know who is remaining. I will volunteer with a crew, a team, go into creeks, play these videos to people, ask them questions. Are you impressed about this fellow, what he's doing? Will you give such a person a chance? In their local languages, it goes a long way. Well, what I'm simply saying is that the people who are supposed to be voting are not even, they do not have the data to see a long video as you are seeing from the abroad. Therefore, what I am supposed to be doing, which I don't have enough resources to do, is to be going into those creeks, doing documentary, presenting all these documentaries, doing all these things, and bringing reports back live, showing you what people are now learning afresh at the grassroots as a result of these efforts we are making, showing you activities at the grassroots, bringing them forward to those of you that care about the feedback. That's what some of us now should be doing. But I don't have resources to do all of those. Okay, that's why the other day when I say, oh, if you have 1 million naira you are not using, send it so that you can use it to work. Somebody say, 1 million naira that we are not using care. Well, you want to win an election that they are using billions of naira to contest. You're not go easy. You're not go easy. Look at what's happening in Osun. I learned that they are already they are already swapping the policemen for soldiers. They want to heavily militarize the remaining portion of 3,000 something votes in Osun State, to tell you how desperate they can be about capturing something. And do you see how they have turned Omishori to the new bride? PDP is winning him, APC is winning him, everybody taking everything to him. Do you know what it means? Billions, promises, appointments, position, this and that, you know. So election is some. Do you know how much must have gone into Osun election alone? We are not even talking about national election. So when we say support, we want to go and do something, a lot of you think I want to use the money to eat. How much food can I eat? How much food? Do you know how much I even spend on data alone? So when I say if you have 1 million naira you are not using, send it. Let us see what we can use. How far we can go into the creeks and push. People will say 1 million naira I'm not using. Okay. Anyways, that aside, Esther Bates, since you are new here, says someone should tell me what's this all about. You can play the video all over and then you'll understand it. It's a show talking about young presidential aspirants and hopefuls and how we can get them to win this election, come together and win this election so that Nigeria can at least move forward. All of them are talking about the idea of a better country, and we are looking at, okay, how do we achieve this? That's what this show tonight, every night like this, is all about. Marijuana can be classified into 3 main sections: recreational, medicinal, cultivation. Some countries adopt the 3, others 1 or 2. Orom Limited, thank you for that piece of information to educators. Orom say, is there one of the only country in the world who completely legalized marijuana from production to distribution? Grace, you're welcome. Hi. Rennie, can the students vote? Because that is what is important now. We are catching them young. There are students who are already above 18 who are still in secondary school, who do not even believe that they should do it because they have been hearing their parents and their uncles and their aunties saying over time that, oh, the votes don't count. But we want to convince them, if the votes don't count, why do you think politicians are paying for it? Alright? We want to convince them, we want to capture those that are already 18 but who are not already thinking about obtaining PVC to go and do so. Or those who have PVC but who are not thinking about using it to vote, but just keeping it because they need a form of identity. That's what I'm talking about. So going to schools, getting them involved, letting them know these civics, these stories about these people, asking them questions, getting their feedback, and telling them to go home and tell their parents what they have learned. You don't know, it goes a long way. Well, let's wait. Jude Jiro says, sure, intentions for Nigeria as a person is superb, but it's just unfortunate to say that due to the fact that Nigeria is a failed state, there's no way Shure can win the upcoming presidential election. Bosun Adebanjo, government schools will not approve good things, the cabals will not allow it, but we will support it. God bless you. Alright, you're welcome, Bosun. Christian Odume, sorry, that's skipped. Let me find it. Okay, good. I found it again. Segun, looking at the young pattern in Osun, looking at the voting pattern in Osun polls, YPP, Nigeria, NN, etc., they don't have any chance at all, even COA. people are still not aware enough. It's still about PDP and APC. That's what we are saying, Christian. That's what we're saying. All right, so we need to really work. Horom say, ICC Uruguayan Labs has sold 666 packages of recreational cannabis consisting of the grams per package through licensed pharmaceutics approved by the Ministry of Health and IRCCA. That's another update. You are still talking cannabis or rum limited. Do you sell cannabis or do you smoke it? You have been so occupied about cannabis tonight. You say, Segun, yeah. Okay, I'm serious. Everything I've told you tonight about myself, my virginity, and everything is true. I'm serious. Like I told you at age 19, I was already an assistant pastor in Redeem. I was so devoted. I was so devoted. I was so committed. I had no time. I was always busy. Serious guy, you know. But that aside, Segun, if we want to hire you full time for Shore campaign, what will we pay you monthly? Rennie, okay, how much do you have? And let me even tell you that it's not about money. It's not about money. It is not. Provide me basic vehicle, provide me basic, put fuel in it, provide all the gadgets, everything I'll need. Let us go. It's not about money. Provide me data, provide me all the gadgets, all the tools I'll need. We'll work. And it's not about Shore yet. It's still about how can we get these people to go. It's not about Shore. It's about all of these young people. Alright? So when we get to the stage of narrowing to one person, we will know. For now, Haram say, well, take it back. Ibukun Segun, can you leave media to manage a business? Just asking. Leave media to manage. I manage a business already. It's just not big. It's just not that big. It's very small. It's something I'm just growing by myself. Growing a small business that's not paying enough. It's not paying. That's why I come late on my show every night. Yeah, if it's something, introduce the business. Let me say it. I can manage business. I love entrepreneurship. I studied business admin at Laspotech. I'm just trying to relay my profile now. I mean, my CV. Studied business admin at Laspotech. Studied media, and then I studied psychology at University of Lagos. I finished my service last year. Oh, sorry, middle of this year. I completed my NYSC. I'm a well-to-do young man. I'm a very cool-headed young man. Yo, but jokes apart, I can manage a business, right? Introduce it, let's see. Okay. Noble Mind, Segun, please, how much will you take to promote Shore only on this your channel? Shore only. Urgent response, please. It's not about money. I don't need money to promote anybody. I don't need money. I need my conviction to promote somebody. Christian Odume, Segun, the new aspirant need a Davido. It will go a long way if you can help to go the grassroots to help spread the word. Yeah, but I don't get resources. I see Davido will go grassroots, get resources. They provide money. You can't get billions now, so you can afford to go and stay and pull crowd at the village. If I go to the village, what am I going to use to attract people? See, Davido was buying iPhone 6 for his gang, and they had to use that as hype. Do you know what it means? I'm not saying you have to monetize the process, no, far from it. But I'm saying that there's no way you can avoid completely using resources for this project. There's no way. There's no way. Otherwise, we will end up like all these new parties that are contesting in Ekiti and Osun. It will be like that. That's why if you want to railroad me into supporting one person for now, I'll tell you, bros, let's wait and see. This thing is not trickling yet into the grassroots. It's not a diaspora thing. It's a grassroots thing. It's a grassroots thing. So, and if you want to go into the grassroots, we have to be prepared to go. We have to go. Okay? It's hard work. I know I can do it, right? But I don't have what it takes. I don't have what it takes. I don't have the resources. You can't go into such grassroots thing and don't expect to be attacked. You will be attacked because they know that you are coming to spoil market for them. So you have to make sure that you have enough resources to be able to say, okay, I use this vehicle, the other time I can easily get a bike, escape here after doing the work or something. It's a whole lot of, it's resources now, bros. It's resources. And I'm not going to be working alone. I have to have enough people around, because crowd also does it. If you move into a particular community at a time and you have, like, say, average of 50